Hi, what's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean bro. Tonight is 2022, May 25th, and Wednesday night. Uh, I've been away from my office, um, like way down below South Korea. I was in Gunsan for working inside the factory. Because of the work that I had to do, I had no choice but to do YouTube live tonight. I wasn't able to do it yesterday and the day before, but here I am. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, what's been happening these days? Okay, stock futures drift lower before 5 minutes. Andreessen Horowitz raises 4.5 billion for fourth crypto fund. That was three themes being discussed among power brokers. Snap shows at market's nightmare becoming reality. Uh, what Didi's train wreck this lane means for U.S. Down more than 30%. Insider calls the bottom industry stocks. Mara states Marathon there's a holdings to buy as Bitcoin slumps. Dow Jones futures fall after Snap slams text. Northrop goes on offense. The Fed must boost rates by a full percentage point at every meeting to bring down inflation and avoid a job-killing recession. Dow Jones jumps as Biden says this on China. JP Morgan Chase leads bank stock higher. Apple stock pops. Technical says neutral in the intermediate term. Markets, the correction is not over yet. Kathy Woodward art reverses courses on electric vehicle Titan Tesla. Stock market news live update. Stock futures drift lower before 5 minutes. Should I sell all my stocks and buy back? And when the market is lower, expert Michael Ford says the market's timing is nonsense. Billionaire Stephen Cohen bets big on these two high yield dividend stocks. Pound stock sinks. A weak Nautilus forecast adds to doubts on at home fitness rebound. Tomorrow could mark the stock market's cheap stocks twice. Should you watch these five growth stocks? In a baby with the bathwater market, here are a dozen unfairly punished stocks right for a bounce. Carvana is a great business, but a terrible stock to invest in. These four energy stocks are gushing cash. Why they're worth a look. Cybersecurity stocks buy and watch as Earth's earnings reports roll in. Dan Quill bought up Carvana's lumping stock. Stock market flips lower on company warnings. This retailer plummets 27%. All stocks lead in bear market as this energy play set up. Is Cisco stock a buy or sell as July quarter guidance at this point? Arista Network stock down this year, but key ratings rises. If there is a recession coming, not even the Fed could stop it now. Broadcom may pay about $60 billion for VMware announcement Thursday. Snowflake may have upside after big drop in the bear market. These are the five best stocks to buy and watch now. Rupture in the stock-bound relationship shows recession angst rising first. Mm. Nvidia reports earnings today. Data centers could be a silver lining. Dow Jones futures fall ahead of Fed minutes. Snap stock investors have suffered while employees have scored with stock rents. JP Morgan says buy these three beaten down stocks for over 90% upside potential. Five things to know about Broadcom's potential deal for VMware. AMD's new chips could spark a turnaround for its stock. Wall Street is buying treasuries again, and bet worst is over. Cash cows are feasting in the inflation tormented stock market. Dow Jones gains, but bears feast on these fears. Here's the signal for investors from the deep pessimism of Bill Ackman and George Soros. After rocky period, U.S. stocks will end year up from current levels. Rooster polls. Social media crash cost investors $1.1 trillion and counting. Yields are rising. Advisors weigh in on where to stash cash. What's wrong with Facebook, Amazon, and Google? Netflix can revive investors' interest with ad support the service, analyst says. A potential Broadcom beef for VMware has all Wall Street mostly upbeat. Boeing stock might be near its low. What to watch now? Hmm. I feel like Tesla resumes plunge as fears of slow production way. I feel like reliving the summer of 2008. Strategist David Rosenberg sees bear market sinking. Hmm. Is Zoom stock a buy or sell in post-pandemic economy? 10 biggest software companies. Palo Alto Network stocks earns 92 relative strength rating. Breakout stocks. See how to predict a breakout with Soster would handle. A companies are actually doing great right now, Anna says. Fintech stocks to buy and watch or sell as competition intensifies. Since legal cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin to hit new peak in 2025, says analyst. Snap's warnings. U.S. stock futures still south ahead of 5 minutes. Dozens of stocks hit new lows today. Top millennial Gen Z stock pick shift to energy stocks. Top pick Tesla takes a hit. Five bad Chinese stocks to buy and watch. Okay, I picked the articles that I have to read up on tonight, and let's go over one by one. Okay. The first article we have is Davos 2022 three themes being discussed among power brokers. Um, the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, is well underway, and there is a lot happening here on the ground, despite not being as crowded as previous years. One source said that the crowd feels 10% to 20% lighter in the halls of the Congress Center. Another noted that the after-hours party scene is less muted than its years past. Um, Here are some other themes Yao Finance has spotted on the ground here at WEF. World Economic Forum. Okay, World Economic Forum is going on. Okay, I get that. Finance, Yahoo Finance is in Davos. Get the latest updates here. World Economic Forum. Snap shows that Market's Nightmare becoming a reality. At Market's Nightmare, morning brief. Um, Shares of the company fell 43% after messaging to shareholders that the macroeconomic environment would weigh on earnings in the current quarter. Big tech giants like Amazon, Alphabet, Apple, and Meta all saw their sales fall in Tuesday's trading session, even though Snapchat is only a fraction the size of these companies. Something about the updated guidance spooked tech investors in what has already been a bloody 2022 for those stocks. Hmm. For a possible answer, we need look no further than Buffer Global Research notes on Tuesdays entitled "A Recession Concerns Becoming a Reality." The thesis is the base of advertisers paying Snapchat for pre-roll ads or integrated content is the same base of advertisers paying Google or Pinterest or the company formerly known as Facebook. We expect a sentiment overhang on the internet group until second quarter earnings in July. The note reads, analyst Snapchat's other problem it isn't the amount of users on the app that spook investors. The company handily bit Wall Street's estimates on global daily active users last quarter, reporting 332 million as of March 31st. Rather, it's all about the cash, a theme we're hearing from once growth obsessed companies. So what's the point here? Snap shows at market nightmare becoming a reality. So its price went down drastically. So people are fear of investing into this company. That's the point, right? Okay, next. Down more than 30%. Insider calls a bottom in these three stocks. Despite brief periods of respite, the markets have mostly trended south in 2022, with the Nasdaq's 28% year-to-date loss, the most acute of all the main indexes. So, where to look for the next investing opportunity in such a difficult environment? One way is to follow in the footsteps of the corporate insiders. If those in the know are picking up shares of the companies they manage, it indicates they believe they might be undervalued and poised to push higher. Yes, okay. To keep the fee level, the federal regulators require that insiders regularly publish their trades. Carvana. Okay, the first one we have is Carvana. First out of the gates, we have Carvana, an online used car retailer known for its multi-story car vending machines. The company's e-commerce platform provides users with a simple way to search for vehicles to purchase or get a price quote for a vehicle they might want to sell. Carvana also offers add-on services such as vehicle financing and insurance to customers. The company operates by a vertically integrated model. That is, it includes everything from customer service, owned and operated inspection, and reconditioning centers, and vehicle transportation via its logistics platform. Mm. Carvana has been growing at a fast pace over the past few years, but it's no secret the auto industry has been severely impacted by supply chain snags and a rising interest rate environment. These macro developments, along with a rise in high used vehicle prices and some more company specific logistic issues, resulted in the company dialing in a disappointing quarter first earnings report. Although revenue increased year over year by 56% to $3.5 billion, the net loss deepened significantly. Um, okay, and but what does the rest of the street make us Carvana right now? Okay, let's look at the price of Carvana. Minus 11% tonight. Okay, there you go. There you go. Good one. Wolfspeed. We'll now switch gears and move over to the semiconductor industry, where Wolfspeed is at the forefront of transformation taking place. The transition from silicon to silicon carbide, anglum nitride, these wide bandgap semiconductor substrates are responsible for boosting performance in power semiconductors devices and 5G base stations, while the company's components are also used in the consumer electronics and EVs, amongst others. Like many growth names, Wolfspeed is still unprofitable. Mm. But both the top and bottom line have been steadily moving in the right direction over the past 6 quarters. The last report for mm, okay. We view Wolf as one of the purest ways in the chip sector to play the accelerating market transition to pure battery electric automotive powertrains, the analyst wrote. Not only have Wolf shares pulled back in the midst of the tech driven market sell off, but we are also incrementally more constructive on the Wolf shares given we're on the cusp of the company's New York fab ramping prediction. Okay, Wolf production, Wolf speed. The Home Depot. Lastly, let's have a look at the household name. The Home Depot is the US biggest home improvement specialty retailer, supplying everything from building materials, appliances, and construction products to tools, lawn and garden accessories, and services. Founded in 1978, the company set out to build home improvement superstores, which would dwarf the competitors' offerings. It has accomplished that goal with 2,300 stores spread across North America and a workforce of 500,000. Hmm. Meanwhile, the retailer has also built a strong online presence with a leading e-commerce site and mobile app. Recently, even the largest retail heavyweights have been struggling to meet expectations, a development which has further locked the markets. However, HD's latest quarterly update was a positive one. FQ1, the company generated record sales of $38.9 billion, beating Wall Street's $36.6 billion forecast. The street was also expecting a 2.7% decline in comps, but these increased by 2.2%, sidestepping the macroeconomic headwinds. Hmm. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get that. Marathon Digital Holdings buy as Bitcoin slumps. Marathon Digital stocks. Now we all know that Bitcoin is having a rough time, right? It's been going down more and more, and even um the the Bitcoin named uh Luna, uh Luna is uh is now removed from the Bitcoin market, and its inventor named Kwon Do-hyung, or was it Kwon Do-hyung? I forgot the exact name of him. Wait, anyway, he's in serious trouble because everybody's like looking after him because of him a lot of people lost their money. Wait, anyway, is Marathon Digital Holdings a buy as Bitcoin slumps? Cryptocurrency matter Marathon Digital Holdings, Mara, so-called Mara, has been volatile as the price of Bitcoin fluctuates wildly. Here's what the fundamentals and technical analysis say about buying Mara stock now. Okay, let's go over to Mara and Marathon Digital Holdings. Mm, 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 mhm. It's a digital asset technology company that mines cryptocurrencies, focusing on the blockchain ecosystems and the generation of digital assets. The company started out in 2010 as Marathon Patent Group when it began collecting patents related to encryption. Marathon began trading in 2013. On March 1st, 2021, the company changed its name to Marathon Digital Holdings. On April 26, 2021, Fred Thiel replaced Marek Okamoto as CEO. The company announced December 15, 2021 that Okamoto was stepping down as chairman at the end of 2021. Okay, Marathon Digital provides computing power needed to mine Bitcoin. Bitcoin mining consists of processing or validating transactions. The speed at which a digital currency miner processes transaction is called hash rate. The faster a miner can process transactions, the more revenue it generates. Okay. Kathy Wood watch art reverses course on electric vehicle Titan Tesla. Okay. Asset manager Kathy Wood uh, The prominent investor Kathy Wood, chief executive of ARK Investment Management, reversed course on big electric vehicle maker in her May 23rd trading. ARK also bought and sold some familiar names. All valuations below are as of Monday's close. ARK Innovation ETF purchased 15,858 of electric vehicle Titan Tesla. Um, Art reverses course on electric vehicle Titan Tesla. Asset manager Kathy Wood also bought shares of her flagship fund's number three holding and shares of cryptocurrency exchange. Should I sell all my stocks and buy back in when the market is lower? Expert Michael Farr says the market timing is nonsense. Focus on instead. Regular investors have a lot of questions about the stock market's recent plunge. They want to know whether they should take advantage of the recent pullback, wait for a better opportunity or sell out entirely, right? It's a natural question to ask. So, Money Wise chatted with fund manager and regular CNBC contributor Michael Ford to pick his investment brain about what to do in the current market. His advice is simple: don't try to time it. The market timing doesn't work. It will get you in the end, Foss says. To think that you're going to buy this on a 10% pullback and it's going to be material to you 20 years from now is nonsense. But while Flora remains bullish on stocks, he believes investors should remain vigilant and pay attention to a few important headwinds. The tightening monetary policy is one of the main concerns for the stock market right now. Tightening monetary policy. The Fed kept its benchmark interest rates historically low during the COVID-19 pandemic, but with inflation now at 40-year highs, the Fed has already raised rates twice in 2022. But the big question is whether the economy and in turn the stock market can handle a higher rate environment. The market can handle high interest rates, but not a lot higher. Farr says. Farr suggests that 2 to 3 rate hikes may be enough to tame inflation without killing the growth momentum in our economy. The danger is that the Fed may overdo it. Historically, the Fed gets it wrong for cautions. It is because it is so terribly hard to do, and we end up over 80% uh, of the time in recession after the Fed starts a hiking cycle. When interest rates go up, high price growth stocks, which have lofty earnings expectations built into them, tend to get hit the hardest. That's why Ford believes now might be the time for value stocks. Uh, Discounted securities trading at below average price multiple to shine. We've been through more than a decade where value has underperformed the growth forces. And those companies were really good balance sheets and cash flow and limited, if not a reasonable amount of debt, I think have started ready to perform. Decent tailwind for energy, but no autopilot. The bottom line. Billionaire Stephen Cohen bets big on these too high yield dividend. VC Properties and BP PLC from Ritz will turn to one of the world's largest oil and gas firm, BP. And we'll start in the world of real estate investment trust REITs. Stock sings a weak Nautilus forecast adds to doubts on at-home fitness rebound. Demand is softening. Okay, demand is softening. Shares of Power Interactive have had a difficult year, and they are not getting any help Tuesday from a sales warning from a smaller competitor. The weak revenue outlook from Nautilus drives home the point that the future of the at-home fitness segment remains murky, according to Craig Holland and Steve Dyer. Okay, so Paladin. Okay, I also invested in Paladin, and it's not getting better. Since I invested into it, its price went down. Uh, since then, I've been not doing anything, except just looking at its charts. I honestly believe that it's gonna go up someday. Some authors are like, you know, its outlook or its future is not so good, but like I'm like, who knows, right? Uh, Even those authors here never know what's gonna happen in the future. They're like, they can't, give out their opinions, but it's their opinion, right? So cheap stocks to buy. Should you watch these 5 growth stocks? Here's another code. In a baby with the bath water market, here are a dozen unfairly punished stocks. Right for a bounce. Okay, next. Carvana is a great business, but a terrible stock to invest in. I'll never buy a car from any business aside from Carvana. Ever again. I'll never buy a car from any business aside from Carvana ever again. That's how my wife and I have purchased our last three cars, and it's a delightful experience. In all these three cases, we paid less money than we would have anywhere else. Got a car in action condition and experienced a simple delivery, uh, even during the height of the pandemic. Okay. Carvana makes getting financing painless, offers a fair price for your trade in, and basically makes the usually terrible process of buying a car much better. The company saw something that was broken and disrupted it. Mm. That makes me a loyal customer, but it does not make the company a good investment. In fact, Carvana falls into a broad category of companies that have a good business but are not likely to be one you want to own shares of. Why is Carvana a bad investment? Carvana looked at the car buying process and found the pain points. Mm. Consumers want clear pricing, not let me talk to my manager. And extra fees for undercoding mixed with shady calculations based on how much of a monthly payment someone is willing to pay. Uh the online car retailer, mm, the online car retailer took all the pain out of the process, and likely won its shares of lower customers like me. Unfortunately, I only buy one car every 5 years or so. To build its business, Carvana needs a lot of customers, and that's expensive. It requires significant marketing spend to lure in a new customer and even delivering a good value, along with a positive experience. Does not guarantee loyalty. Essentially, Carvana has no moat because it showed the auto industry what it was doing wrong. Mm. Now, it not only has to deal with copycat competitors like Room, which basically stole its business model to regular car dealers becoming smarter about how they do digital sales. Carvana's only merit is that it's expensive to buy a bunch of cars and purchase them. The problem is that a number of companies already do that, and Carvana has shown them how to be better at doing it. And while I'm loyal to Carvana, car buying is a dollar sensitive business. Would the company lose sales because a rival is willing to go a few dollars cheaper? Almost certainly. This is a great company to do business with, and it might someday make money. Though it lost $5 or $6 million in the first quarter and does not expect to be profitable this year or probably next. And even if Carvana does reach profitability, it's working in a highly competitive market where we're different than everyone else. Advantage gets smaller every day. Carvana, it should be noted, has a rosier view of its business outlook, which is shared in a letter to shareholders. Our confidence in our growth trajectory is bolstered by the strong growth trends we're seeing in parts of the business that are less impacted by the used vehicle affordability. Hmm. Investing isn't just about having a good product. When you evaluate whether you should own shares of a company, the product service does matter. Um, but that's one factor among many. A new coffee company may have a cold brew that makes drinking Starbucks. Hmm. Hmm. So here the author thinks it is a great business. It is a great business indeed because he also bought his own car from using the service they provide, but We honestly think that it's not a good stock to invest in because there are a lot of competitors, and the service they provide, people can get a last service from its business, and like competitors such as Room and other competitors are like doing the same thing, and they're like providing a service in more creative way. So these four other stocks are gushing cash, why they're worth a look. Gushing cash, why they're worth a look. Investors use to evaluate energy companies. Okay. Hmm. Uh, cybersecurity stocks by watch as earnings reports roll on. Is Cisco stock a buy or sell as July quarter guidance disappoints? The outlook for Cisco stock, shares, come on. Okay, there you go. Shares in Cisco Systems posted a good run in 2021 amid the market's rotation to value stocks. Tied to U.S. economy reopening, amid rising interest rates and supply chain issues, Cisco stock has retreated. The outlook for Cisco stock depends on spending trends for cloud computing infrastructure as well as corporate and telecom networks. Cisco reported fiscal third quarter earnings. mm, that edged by estimates while revenue missed Wall Street targets. Management blamed the weak guidance, including a surprise revenue decline in the July quarter. And China's COVID lockdown and supply chain issues, Cisco stock plunged on the weak guidance. Mm. Cisco stock jumped 41% in 2021 amid the volatility in the tech-heavy Nasdaq. Cisco stock has retreated 32% in 2022. According to a Morgan Stanley report, Cisco's revenues growth has been tepid. Mm. Looking back over the last 10 years, revenue has grown at a 1.1% compound annual growth rate, said Morgan Stanley as Meta Marshall in the report. Earnings growth has been much healthier over that period at a 6.1% CAGR as the company is a leader in operating expense discipline. One big question is whether Cisco can gain share in the cloud titan market versus Arista Networks. On the plus side, computing network stocks seem to be sexy again. Cisco stock shifts software services to tech icon aims to increase recurring revenue from subscription-based softwares and services and shift away from its core business of selling networks, switches, and routers. Cisco expects subscription revenue to account for 50% of total revenue in fiscal 2025, up from 44% in fiscal 2021. Using fiscal 2021 as the base year, Cisco said it expects 5% to 7% sales growth through fiscal 2025. The forecasts include acquisitions. During the coronavirus pandemic, corporate spending on data networks slowed amid increased office vacancy rates. One view is that corporate networks will be less important if remote work becomes entrenched. During the coronavirus pandemic, corporate spending on data networks slowed amid increased office vacancy rates. One view is that corporate networks will be less important if remote work becomes entrenched. As a result, Cisco stock needs to hike investment in next generation enterprise networks. The company aims to help corporate customers build hybrid network architectures that utilize on-premise data centers and cloud computing infrastructure. Transformation acquisition needed. Cisco stock technical analysis, growth acquisitions. Uh, in the long run, analysts expect Cisco margins to improve as more revenue comes from software products. Upside from data centers. Is it a buy now? Arista Network stock down this year, but the key rating rises. It was a December to remember. Big Broadcom may pay about $60 billion for VMware with announcement Thursday. Chipmaker Titan Broadcom may announce a deal to purchase software company VMware for about $60 billion on Thursday, Broadcom. The two sides are working on a cash and stock deal at about $140 a share, the newspaper said, citing people familiar with the talks. That will be a 50% premium to VMware's share level on Friday before news of the deal broke. The price isn't yet set, and the talks could still fall apart, according to the report. The price isn't yet set, and the talks could still fall apart, according to the report. Snowflake may have upside after big drop in the bear market. The cloud-based Snowflake publishes results on Wednesday, giving investors a fresh look after the company fell 67% since November in the tech bear market. The cloud-based data warehousing software company is exactly the kind of stock that the market has come to shun. Fast growing, but with a lofty valuation and minimal profits. These are the 5 best stocks to buy and watch now. Uh, See if Mark Axmobile Lanthers the worst wrestling and entertainment prime can buying a stock easy, but buying the right stock without a time-tested strategy is incredibly hard. So what are the best stocks to buy now are put on the watch list? Mark Axmobile, CF Industries, Lanthos, and World Wrestling Entertainment are prime candidates. Market most stocks, even the very best, follow the market direction. JP Morgan says buy distributing down stocks for over 90% upside potential. What do we have? ACV auctions. The first stock we'll look at ACV auctions brings the wholesale auto dealer auction to the online realm, a move that makes the wholesaling process both faster and more transparent. ACV auctions brings the wholesale auto dealer auction to the online realm, benefiting both the dealers and buyers in the long run. ACV subsidiary companies handle every aspect of the wholesale auction process, from transporting vehicles to and from to providing a third-party inspections of those vehicles, to managing the auctions, and even down to providing financing of the buyers. While ACV feels necessary in the shade and the company's revenue have trended upwards over the past year, the stock has fallen considerably. In that time, ACV went public at the end of March in 2021. And since then, the stock is down 74%. ACV auctions. The share price drop has come even though, as noted, revenues have gained. Not every net loss is a net negative. Okay. The Bloodborne Holdings, image matters, and people will pay the image they want. That's script and lifestyle retail. It's a secret that Bloodborne Holdings understand well. The company is a fast-growing retail chain offering a lot of Western-styled footwear and apparel, as well as work clothes and accessories. Bloodborne Holdings. Springworks Therapeutics. We'll wrap up in the biopharma industry. Well, Springworks is a clinical stage research firm developing new treatments for rare diseases, including various cancers. The company operates both by developing new drug candidates and acquiring rights to existing programs and moves the drugs through the clinical research stages to the commercialization process. Hmm. ACV auctions that could possibly go into my portfolio at watch list looking for buy timing. There you go. 5 things to know about Broadcom's potential deal for VMware. Broadcom's expected acquisition of cloud computing provider VMware will likely rank as one of the year's biggest mergers. Broadcom's expected acquisition of a cloud computing provider VMware will likely rank as one of the year's biggest mergers. Broadcom, a chipmaker, is in talks to buy VMware. Uh, According to Bloomberg, which said the transaction could be valued at more than $50 billion. The deal is expected to be announced as soon as Thursday. Media reports said Broadcom and VMware didn't respond to questions seeking comments. Okay. Broadcom and VMware. If they both merge, its value could rise. Possibly. Not possibly. Obviously. $50 billion. AMD's new chips could spark a turnaround for its stock. It's finally here for the first time in 3 years. Advanced Micro Devices will be moving its processor lineup to a new chip making process, which could enable the semiconductor company to add to recent gains against its chief rival Intel. On Monday, AMD unveiled its Ryzen 7000 series at trade show Computex 2022 based on a new architecture called Zen 4. The chips will offer a double-digit percent increase in performance versus what it now offers. Wall Street is buying Travelers again. That worst is over. Hmm. What's wrong with Facebook, Amazon, and Google? What's wrong? Growth concerns cast a cloud of uncertainty and doubt over big tech's profitability. It's a black spring for tech giants. For several which now billions of dollars of market capitalization have been disappearing on a daily basis, and investors' nervousness grows. One unwelcome word, number, or warning can send tech stocks tumbling in record time. With so many uncertainties about the economy, investors seem to be watching for any sign that would confirm their fears that the economy is overheating and the recession is on the horizon. One of these signals came on May 23rd from the social network Snap. The firm warned that the revenue and adjusted EBITDA would come in below the low end of its guidance. Since we issued guidance on April 21st, 2022, the macroeconomic environment has deteriorated further and faster than anticipated, causing companies to pull back on ad spending as they reevaluate priorities in a weakening economy. Hmm. Is Zoom stock a buy or sell in post-pandemic economy? Yes, shares in Zoom video communications soared during the coronavirus emergency, but watch the outlook for Zoom stock as the U.S. economy normalizes. Hmm. 5-9 deal terminated. There is a lot to look when looking at companies. Microsoft Corporation, Oracle, SAP, Salesforce, Blog, Adobe, VMware. Let's look at VMware. Intuit Comp is search now. 8 companies are actually doing great right now. Analyst says. Actually doing great right now, Alice say. Company's first quarter profit apparently didn't inspire much confidence. Warren Buffett wants a piece of the profit. Three investors can get 5% plus dividend yields on these 3 buys. 3 defensive consumer stocks worth shopping for. The vote gathering overshadowed by global economic worries. 2 retailers, one to buy and one to avoid. Ukraine, Russia must withdraw to pre-war positions for talks. Planet Fitness, it's time to buy into Planet Fitness stock. Inside Semiconductor stock is putting in a bottom. Gym operator Planet Fitness stock is in its own bear market, trading down minus 29% for the year. The epicenter fitness gaming industry has seen a rebound in business with this acceleration of COVID vaccines and boosters. Planet Fitness members grew to all-time highs of 16.21 million members in fiscal quarter first of 2022 and opened 37 new gyms. The return to normal is accelerating as February and March 2022 saw 30% of its locations return to 2019 pre-pandemic members levels. There was apparently pent-up demand to experience workout in the gym. The pandemic caused a lot of competitors quit or consolidate their loss, which Planet Fitness gained with fewer competitors. Planet Fitness. What is good defensive stock? With the stock market lacking offensive firepower this year, there's still plenty of consumer defensive stocks that are down year to date, with escalating materials and transportation costs impacting bottom lines for most of corporate America. Kroger stock pullback. Is Coca-Cola a good stock to own? Devon Energy Corporation. Is there a public investment vehicle for private equity? Blackstone. Okay. Upstart Holdings minus 11%. Unity Software minus 14%. Shopify minus 11%. The Trade Desk minus 18%. Pinterest minus 23%. Okay, this is it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?